You're not gonna tempt me. You'll never forget me.
Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
What's up, everybody?
As you can see here in the title, we are here to talk one of our favorites. This is Temptation Island. We are now currently in season 4, episode 5, Bri. We got to see a series first, which was really, really cool. We don't always get that in Temptation Island, not usually a lot of mix-ups to the formula. We are aware, and if this is your first time watching Temptation Island, there are always eliminations of the singles throughout the season, and then sometimes on seasons they do or don't maybe introduce somebody back, but a lot of times it's more so just to trim down to get the people closer to their relationship. But this time, instead of the couples picking who they're going to get rid of, they put the vote out to the actual singles, which had the potential to get super cutthroat. I think the guys were way more petty than the girls were, Bryce. So what was your reaction overall to this?
Yeah, I agree. There's just a lot, like the guys, like you said, like Taylor being a target, and I'm surprised that didn't happen with the women. Like you would think that they would, like we were talking pre-show, like Trace would have been like a lock to go home.
Trace was a definite target because you knew there was 2 women who were already kind of like, but again, I think we got to realize it's that those women are over at the men's villa. You know what I mean? So they don't really interact with. Well, no, that's true. I mean, it's interesting because there's 2 women. You think Trace only had like 1 vote, I think. So I was surprising. Very surprising. I think that they're going to keep that going. I like
it. I think really
it's great. Yeah. And I think now that that's known, there could be some gamesmanship next season. Like people know that like if you treat the other singles like crap, you may get thrown out, which I think is an interesting dynamic. Like, could we have some Temptation Island alliances next year?
Yeah, maybe. I'm hoping they have another one this season.
Ooh.
Like instead of maybe 5 votes, it's like 3. Like something to just kind of trim it down. I also just like the rings, like because they didn't show everybody's drop, and you'd be like, oh shit, that person's in trouble. With like 2 people left.
It was like Deadly Connect 4.
Yes, that's a good, yeah, exactly.
Tink. I was like, oh boy. So like we said, as a result of these eliminations on the men's single side, so we have them here. Brian, Andrew, Mike, M, Evan, and Taylor were put up for elimination. However, the couples did have the power to either save someone, do nothing, or exchange someone. So the women decided to obviously save Taylor because Ash was having a heart attack. Just even the idea of it. Never, ever, ever saw her have any emotion about Anya like that. So, I mean, again, I think we're pretty safe to know they've been donezo from the start. Taylor saved and then goes all the way later on.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of times.
No, you would have thought that they were taking like her baby away.
It reminded me of like, it's like Titanic or something? Like
yeah.
It's like met someone for 3 days and this defines your love story on Temptation Island. On the women's side, Riley, Bree, Emily, Megan, and Olivia were put up for elimination. Megan was saved. Then they swapped off and sent Alexis in. Alexis was one of the women who wasn't happy with kind of the balance and how the guys weren't giving time to people and stuff, and she got booted.
Yeah, and that was a classic like Bachelor thing, Bill, where she had like a lot of confessional talking, and then I was like, something doesn't seem right, and then it's just like, we're gonna swap for you, and it's just like, oh yeah, well, they just like on the brink of tears, which that would suck. Like if you think you got through the first wave, and then they're like, yeah, you're gonna leave. And it's like,
oh no, to get
that's even worse. I think that's worse than
in
getting eliminated by the singles.
Oh my! To be sucked back in by the couples at the end is pretty bad. The Alexis thing's pretty bad. One of the funny ones I had too from this whole episode was Iris and Jillian. It was just basically the idea of like, can you party respectfully when you're in a relationship? And it was pretty funny. I mean, I think they were pretty tame there, but like the idea that like her idea of happiness is like, I just want to be able to go clubbing and do this and that and party respectfully, but like know that I have my man at home.
Yeah.
There's a level there. They don't belong together, these people. It's just so obvious. If you are desperate for that and like not desperate for it, but that's what you're craving, why are you in the relationship then? And that's like why I like when Luke later on made his point. He's like, I mean, or not even Luke, but honestly, even though we don't love Edgar, he's like, yo, if you don't love me, like, why did you bring me here, dude?
Right.
Like, that was the first thing
Yeah.
he said I liked all season. He's just like, I mean, but he was crying during
Yeah,
it.
if he was more stone faced out, he was. Oh yeah,
But he was like, but it is
that.
a fair point. Like, why'd you drag me here? You had no
Yeah,
intention
no,
of
that's
staying with
fair.
me.
It's fair, but I mean, it just like and, Bill. Another week where like the guys have a party and you never see Edgar. He's never in any of
He
it.
goes to bed. Edgar's in
Yeah.
reading. Edgar's home watching the Reality Guys.
Yeah, right. They're doing a slip inside with no clothes on, and Edgar's writing a poem for somebody he just met. It's just like
All their conversations about how slow they need to take it. Like these is just dweebs. Like this is Temptation Island. This is boring.
they must
Just-
have had like a shitty guy cast this season, and like he was like a hot. He doesn't do anything. He's never on camera.
Yeah. Also, speaking of crappy guy things, Lascelles is bleh. He's yuck
I
too,
liked
dude,
him
with
in
this
the
whole
beginning.
trace thing. Like we don't need your public proclamation, dude. Like, okay, like I didn't see you speak up for your girlfriend like this at all. Again, these people are just love these people they just met.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. That's like shit you do in high school. It's like this is who I love. I've never loved anybody else.
I don't need no other friends. I was
Yeah.
oh boy. Okay, dude, thanks.
Chill, bro. This is
Chill,
a
bro.
Wendy's.
This is sorry, this is an apple. The part I also like before we get to it, Anya's the worst, dude. He did his line about like Karina, like he's like, if I'm gonna be a really good for Ash, I need to be really good for the girl who I'm with now, and my girlfriend, who's Karina. And you see him climb into bed with her. How can he be crying later on? I don't.
Yeah,
What is this dude's problem?
he is the definition of like my thought of if you bring someone on the show and you want an open relationship, you're dead. You're absolutely dead.
I mean, and listen, he gets to his bonfire and he admits it. He's like, "This is
Yeah,
I
it's
thought I
dumb.
was open relationship. I screwed up. Damage is probably done." And Mark's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, Mark's like, yeah, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
In his head,
you're an
he's probably
idiot,
like,
dude.
you're an idiot.
Didn't you not just watch it? We were all just watched your girlfriend banging, like openly banging on
Yeah,
camera,
basically like moaning for more.
begging for oh god." So let's get to the bonfires here. We'll do the men's bonfire first. Lascelles one was boring.
Yep.
Just talking. We kind of touched on the Luke stuff. Irish just parties. Luke's not really jealous, which is I think an improvement.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's see. Let's see. Anya. Oh, Edgar sees Jillian making out with what's his face? Was it Matt? Or Tommy.
Tommy,
Tommy, yeah.
Tommy boy.
Tommy boy. Yeah, we kind of know what happened there. It
Then
seems
he's
like
just
he's going to try to
crying.
make a move probably next week, Edgar. I think.
I don't think he's got the nuts to do it.
I think
I
he's
don't
got
think
to
he's
try.
got it.
I think he's got to try. I think he's got a Spider-Man 3 Toby this, and he's got to do his little dance, and he's got to.
It's gonna be like the worst. Like it's gonna be like one of those his first kiss. You know those kisses in the
Oh,
rain where
God.
you like grab their face. We've all done it, but you do it with somebody that you actually love. You don't do it with a stranger.
Well, he has written her a poem already, Brian.
I'll tell you what. That's one more poem than I've written my current wife.
That is very true. You're like, and my 2 children.
Yeah, right. And my 2 children.
And then Anya, like I said, had to watch the porno. This dude gets the worst ones every
this
week,
is
but
what
he deserves it.
He
He
deserves,
deserves it. It's just, they're just, you can tell by the order, when you're sitting there and you're going last, you're like, oh God, I'm done.
it. Bill, I know you haven't seen all the seasons, but did you watch the season where the guy was the girl fucked the guy on the first day?
No.
It was like the African American couple where it was like the big Jack guy, bald head, like had sex with this girl. If you
I don't
didn't see it,
think
so
so.
somebody happened and like the guy came in and they made him sound like the asshole. And like at least he was like, I'm trying to get better. He wasn't like I want an open relationship. And then this happened. I felt bad for him. I didn't feel bad for Anya at all.
No.
I wanted
Well, you shouldn't feel bad for him.
Yeah.
He's the only one who feels bad for him.
Yeah. Mark doesn't even feel bad. It's all
Mark's,
fun.
yeah. I mean, Mark kills it. He's acknowledging
Yeah,
people's
he's big.
growth. He's fostering. Bravo.
Yeah, he's the man.
So on the women's side, Ash, God, Anya always gets double dipped. So it's just Anya admitting that he's cheating. That's it.
Right. Exactly.
Done. Luke crying, gonna help them. Iris seems like she feels him on that. Lascelles talking about taking a break, and then the Trace proclamation. She got 2 scenes there.
It's just bad.
He's cringy, dude. He's cringe. He
Yeah.
might almost be worse than watching Edgar right now. It's cringe.
Yeah, it's them too. He hasn't aged well the last week.
And then Jillian seeing Edgar crying to the TV with his half mean, half cry proclamation. But was my favorite moment of the episode where she's just like, Mark's like, how do you feel? And she's like, yeah, I feel guilty. But and then when she extrapolates, she basically says, I feel guilty that I've just like led this guy on. Like, I don't really like him that much. Like, she don't feel bad. She has no emotion in her voice while she's talking. It's
Right.
classic.
She does not like to care about this dude. She's
She's
21 years old, man. Like, why are you on the show? It's crazy to me. Like, this is a show that, like, you got to be, I don't know, 21. You just turned 21.
I really think at this point watching that, I know I made the only way that it's not a clean sweep, I think, is Luke and Iris. They seem like they have a shot to go back together,
Yeah,
I think.
we'll see. Yeah, like right now, they're definitely the front runners.
I mean, I predicted a clean sweep of everybody not going home together, but this episode led me to believe that Luke and Iris have a shot. So we will see how that flame either kind of stays alive or fizzles out. I didn't see the preview though, so the preview may have already led us to know something.
I think I fast forwarded too. I kind of have enjoyed. I know we're doing this one a
Going
little
in
late
blind.
than normal. We've had
It's been some time.
like Bill alluded. I have children now, so it's kind of tough.
Figuring it out. So that was it for Temptation Island episode 5. We are getting down to it. Like I said, we eliminated 5 singles from each side, so we're gonna have a lot more focused things. But if it's Lascelles' choice, we won't see anybody else. We won't see anybody else. Nobody else. Thanks, Lascelles. If this is your first time watching, we really appreciate it. Like, comment, whether it's here on the video or in whatever group or setting that you're viewing this on. Really appreciate you to subscribe, tell your friends. We are very close to 400, which is really cool.
And 100 episodes on the
100 episodes coming up really quick. So all the milestones for the channel, a lot of fun and just more coming. So for myself and Brian, thank you. Peace.